Hello, hello, and welcome to Tala Talks, where I share my everyday thoughts and everyday experiences. I found this just on the ground, and it's so beautiful. I don't know if you can hear the birds as well. We are so lucky right now to have access to that beautiful beach, baby, and I can't wait to show you what the rooms here look like. I'll be making a separate video for that, but in today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you finally who I am, why I do what I do. And I know a lot of you have had questions like, how can you afford to live your lifestyle? And yeah, I'm gonna try to do my best to get down and dirty with all the details. I'll do my best to be as nitty-gritty as possible. But right now, this is so gorgeous. It just doesn't come with anything at the back, so I can't really put it on my ear. But I'll take you to the beach and let's start this video. It's such a beautiful day. It's so beautiful. I actually just found it on the ground. There's no back bit, so I can't really wear it, but it's just so incredible how nature works. The good news about this place is that I've been lucky enough to be able to stay in one of the units, which will be passing soon. There's only one, two, and the next one is coming up. I love this place because we have access to the beach, which is where we're gonna film this video. This is the last one. And guess what? You can actually stay here for 1 month. Now, if you don't have the luxury of time to stay for a month, they also do offer a nightly rate. But again, it's such a beautiful place to stay in. It's very peaceful. You have your privacy. And also, there's only 3 units there. So, oh, I can't wait to get through this video and share with you who I am, what my life looked like before and now, and why I choose to do what I do, and just hopefully get down to all the nitty-gritty bits. And if you have any further questions, if you feel like I missed out on certain details, feel free to ask, but I will really do my best to explain to you my entire background, so that clears up a lot of things. So I guess this video was really bound to happen. I'm actually so excited to make this video. It may not be the best of circumstances because right now it's super windy, and as you can see, I'm like sitting on the floor. Um, I'm just doing my best to kind of hide from the wind. Unfortunately, I don't have a great camera that blocks off the wind, so I'm just blocking it as well with a piece of fabric. But it's definitely bound to happen. I think I want to get really thorough with how I started this journey of having no home for almost close to a decade, and why do I do what I do? Where am I from? First of all, I'm from the Philippines. Your girl is 100% purong Pinoy, so I'm very Filipino. A lot of people might think that I'm from Thailand or I'm Chinese or just whatever nationality I look like. You know, I'm kind of used to it, so I'll take it. And by the way, I'm also doing my best to give you some nice oceanic view because I just feel that if this channel is really gonna represent who I am, really deep inside. I was born and raised a city girl, but deep in my heart, I just know I love being with nature. I love protecting it if possible. And I've really found my roots being closer to nothing that is man-made. So just being as, I almost dropped you, being as grounded as possible. So as I've mentioned, I was born and raised a city girl, and my upbringing was really nothing to do with wildlife or nature. And so perhaps you could call it very extremes. I was living a certain lifestyle, a certain very man-made city lifestyle, and then eventually I just had this inner calling. May you call it gut instinct, intuition, may you call it just whatever it is. I just felt a strong pull to leave that kind of lifestyle and just live a simpler life. And when I say simple, just enjoying the fresh air, slow living. That's actually a term now on Google. Slow living is just really appreciating the process of it. It's not what the end goal is, but more on the process. So it's also related to romanticizing your life. So I'll give you a very, very small example. Say you're making a cup of coffee, right? And you just can't wait to drink it. But instead of the final outcome, how about just really smelling the beans first and going through the grinding process, and as you're heating the water, or as it's bubbling, or as it's smoking away. I actually don't know how to make proper coffee, but just enjoying the process of it. And once you have your cup and joe, just really enjoying the warm cup or mug, really being appreciative and grateful for where your coffee comes from. In the Philippines, we actually have our own coffee beans. So I love that. Message me if you want to know where to get legit coffee beans. I've been to a lot of coffee farms. It's also on my Instagram. Check that out because I have featured a coffee farm. And just appreciating the process and the journey rather than the end result. And so, yeah, I'm gonna try to be more structured with this video so I don't miss any detail. By the way, I started this video with a lot of sunshine, and you'll have to forgive me in case the weather's ever so changing. I don't know where the gray skies came from, but if you are like me, you appreciate just nature in general. It really shouldn't matter if it's raining or shining or cloudy or whatever the weather brings. It's just part of life. Nothing's ever permanent. God forbid if it was sunny the whole time, then we all might get burned and dehydrated. So it's just the balance of life. It's the yin and the yang. And so back to this video, I will really do my best to be as heart to heart with you because it means a lot to me. Again, it also means a lot that you've stuck with me all throughout this channel. I've really only started not long ago, if you do see when my first post was. And it's because of you that I continue this channel. Thank you so much for inspiring me, for motivating me to share just how far I've gone. And so let's continue. I was in the corporate world. I had a company. I actually had a second one. I owned two companies simultaneously. This actually looks so much better. So the two companies that I owned, the first one was mine. And I really love that company because it was very sustainable. People could borrow some clothing and they can return it. And I really love that. I think little did I know that there was a side of me that just wanted to protect the environment that way. And the other company was owned by myself and my ex-partner, who happened to be also my boyfriend at the time. We never got married, we never had kids. And fast forward to today, let's not fast forward. So we were hustling, definitely hitting all our financial goals and targets. And along the way, I felt very detached with Mother Earth. I felt very detached with my roots. I think it's quite common, especially if you're always working every day and you don't have the balance of spirituality, you don't have mental health, you're not addressing mental health, physical health, emotional health. A lot of the times, especially maybe during the 50s or 60s, maybe that wasn't a thing. But nowadays, people are very self-aware, which I'm so grateful for. But, there's such a thing as anxiety and depression and stress. And I don't think it was properly addressed before. But nowadays, and looking back now in retrospect, I do realize that maybe had I only balanced my workouts, meditation, and yoga, eating well, sleeping well, maybe I wouldn't have quit my job. Maybe I would still be living the corporate life. But because I kind of went extreme, I was super into earning and making my customers happy that I just basically forgot to make myself happy. And so nobody actually told me, the first person you need to love is yourself. And the first priority that you do should be yourself, and not to come from a very selfish place. But it is true, you can only really give what you have. And so if you are lacking in that self love, there's practically no love to give if you don't have that for yourself. And it's taken me a lot of years and time to understand that through experience. Again, this is all, I would say, self-taught, but with the help of my best friend Adela, and with the help of yoga people like my yoga teacher who is Canadian, and I love her, and I met her here in the southernmost part of the Philippines. And that month and a half or two, that really changed my life. And so I am grateful for having people lift me up. I am grateful for the community, but it was a lot of self-work. And again, I am where I am today because of the decisions I've made. I'm very accountable for that. But maybe if I had been a little bit more, if I had lived a more balanced life, again, as I mentioned, maybe I would still be in the corporate life. But fast forward to today, I've left all of that behind. And I've said this in my other videos. The reason why I'm able to earn is because of the investments that I've made from savings from my corporate life. And I'm earning very, very little. And with that little amount, I'm able to live a vegetarian lifestyle by eating little but very sustainable and healthy food. So whole foods like a tomato, hard-boiled egg, and a banana, and maybe bread occasionally. And if you've seen the places that I featured, where I've stayed, they're definitely all, majority of them are hidden gems. Some of them are very budgeted. And I've just been so lucky and kind to meet people along the way to help me in where I am right now. Of course, it wasn't a quick snap of a finger where I've completely changed my life 360 and it was easy. Not at all. How I got here is that the transition for me was very difficult. I actually had a lot of anxiety closing my company, and luckily my staff wanted to take over, and I actually gave the company to her, which is incredible. I was at that point where I felt like, if I'm helping her and her family and she wants to see it succeed, I'm okay. I was at that point where I just didn't want to have anything to do with it. I pretty much lost myself because of all the goals and targets I was setting. I just didn't take care of myself enough during that time. So what I had done to do that transition, I booked a flight to the Negros part of the Philippines, which is in Visayas. And I fell in love with diving. I fell in love with Mother Nature. And slowly by slowly, I actually disappeared from my own company. And eventually I realized, you know what, I actually don't want to continue my company anymore. I actually just want to live closer to nature, whether if it's the ocean or the mountain. Personally, for me, I quite like the ocean because I love diving. And before you know it, one thing led to another, and I realized I need to be self-sustaining financially. How am I gonna be able to afford having the freedom of my time? And so luckily I did find an investment that you can do apparently with your banks. I don't know what it's like in your part of the world, but in the Philippines there are certain banks here that will get an amount and you'll get a percentage from that amount every month, and you'll have a fixed interest income every quarter. I hope that made sense. I don't want to get nitty-gritty with the bank stuff because I'm also not an accountant. I don't have any degree in math or numbers or when it comes to money or money. Maybe if I did I say money twice? Or the financial services, I have nothing to do with that. Maybe if I did, I probably would be wiser with my money or spending, but I make do with what I have. And so, there are pros and cons. I gave up a life where I would like to think I was financially stable. I'm earning very little now. Am I happier? Yes. Would I go back? Probably not. So it's a lot of like pros and cons. It's a lot of give and take, and it's a lot of exchanges. And for now, I really choose this life. Of course, I do worry maybe down the line. What if, my health starts deteriorating? My body will not be an 18-year-old again. So maybe I will cross the bridge when I get there. But for now, it's also extra tricky because, the medical services in the Philippines, if you compare it to, I don't know, other countries, maybe there's proper healthcare. In the Philippines, it's a little tricky. There are some hospitals that will give you free rabies shots or vaccinations, but it's not really part of the government system to have free healthcare for every single person. There's a lot of private hospitals for a reason, and they are expensive. I'll give a little example. Where we are now is a beautiful island called Siargao. I don't know if you see someone there windsurfing. I think that is windsurfing. So my friend had gotten sick the other week, and she said getting sick in Siargao is such a privilege because if you need to rush to the emergency room, the hospitals here aren't great. So you might have to fly out to the closest city, which is Cebu. And flying out is so expensive. There was a time when a ticket flying out one way was 10,000 Filipino pesos. And to think that it's just, just over there. And so if you do get sick or if there's an accident happening on this island, you just want to make sure that doesn't happen in the first place. So I think a lot of, like anything in life, everything is a risk. And so I took this risk. Here I am. And with every move that I make, I have to be very calculated and I have to take care of myself because I am a solo Filipino traveler, and I just have to make sure that I have my own back. And I love my family very much. They're all still very much in the city. And yeah, they have no control over what happens to me. So I've taken this risk and I'm owning it, and I'm trying to be as responsible as I am, or as I can. We are taking a quick break from today's video. I am beyond excited that you're here, and I wanted to take this moment to thank you so much for your support. For those who have sent a thank you, a donation, or who have messaged me directly for donations, thank you so much from my heart to yours. I am beyond appreciative. I am beyond grateful. It motivates me and inspires me to continue this channel, to send nothing but good vibes and more information that would be hopefully useful and or entertaining as well. If you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed creating it, please feel free to send a thank you. This is how to do it. It's very easy. Though should I mention, YouTube does get 30% of that, and what's left, there are tax deductions. Feel free to send a thank you. If you would also like to go direct, this is my email address. Please feel free to send me an email. I'm also on Instagram. You can DM me directly. I will respond. PayPal is also available if you do find that more convenient. If you would like to use a Wise transfer, this is the QR code which you can scan with your phone provided that you have internet. Otherwise, this is my username. Hopefully you'd be able to find me on Wise. I am also on Gcash. Alternatively, this is my Gcash QR code. You would have to open your Gcash app first and then use the app to scan the QR code. I am also very thrilled to mention that I have a membership which you can join, and if you'd like to have a quick chat, ask me questions about anything, I would love to really help you out. And don't forget to join the membership. That would unlock the social media access. When you do join the membership, I am offering a special behind the scenes experience that I don't share anywhere else. I'll take you along with me behind the scenes so you'll know what's going on behind the camera, which is quite exciting. There may be some bloopers and hiccups along the way, but I'd be happy to share that with you. You'll even have the power to choose the next topics for the following videos. Feedback for me is so important, and I would love to know what you would like to see next. You'll have the power to design the next videos that'll be coming out. Help me choose topics, issues, challenges that you might be facing in the Philippines. I would love to tackle all of those topics. You will also be receiving exclusive updates just for you as a member. You can click on the membership link that is located on the description box, and this can be renewed every month. Again, I want to say how much I appreciate you. If my videos inspired you, made you smile, or given you a little escape, I'd love for you to be part of this next chapter. Thank you for being such an incredible part of my life. From my world to yours, with all my love and gratitude. Thank you. I actually did forget to mention this, and I think it's really important. Before I actually ended up to where I am right now, I didn't realize that I had a very big problem in Manila, and the problem there was just not having a balance of the city life and nature, right? And so because of that, I was actually manifesting all these misalignments in different ways. The same year that I decided to leave the corporate world, I actually shaved my head. I had very little hair, practically shaved off my entire hair. I got a tattoo. I got 10 piercings in one day. I bought a scooter just to beat Manila's traffic, which I was zooming on the highway. Thank goodness nothing happened to me, but I was apparently deep inside rebelling against myself. And I think if you have no ways to express or have outlets to address something that is bothering you, you can really start to manifest that in different ways. In my case, I was sort of doing a lot of things to myself. Like, again, I mentioned I got a tattoo, I bought a scooter and speeding on the highway to beat Manila's traffic. I got the 10 piercings in one day. I don't think that's very healthy, right? I think my appetite had dropped. And so, I really do wish that you do have a safe space or a person or a community that you trust, that you can open up to and be properly guided. Because in my situation, I kind of had to do everything on my own. So just to clarify, I am not married. I don't have kids. Would I recommend this path to anybody? And the quick answer there is, if it's a yes and a no answer, definitely I would say yes, because as much as possible, I think anybody would like to live life with zero regrets. And obviously, I have no choice anymore. I'm here. It's not like I can press a button and choose to change my past. The past is gone. Tomorrow and the future is something I don't have control of. I only have control of today. And so maybe what I would advise my younger self, say for example, I did have the choice actually. Say for example, I was still in my corporate life and I had the chance to change. I would actually advise myself to, let's get a balanced life first. Let's start I actually, during that time, I didn't know how to meditate. I wasn't even into yoga. Yeah, I would probably say, let's do these 4 things first. Number 1, let's get early sleep. Try to go to bed before 10 p.m. and wake up early so you can maximize your day. Second, let's eat well. Let's eat more whole foods. So food that's from the ground, like your fruit, your veg. Next is, well, that's also part of sustenance. Next is workout. Make sure you get your cardio. Make sure you work on your muscles, because that will give you a good hit of dopamine. And the last one is do something mindful, be more meditative, and that'll help you with serotonin. I think I'm all about the 4 happy hormones: dopamine, endorphins, oxytocin, and serotonin. Now, if we're able to do all of those every single day, to work on yourself, maybe I would still be living a balanced life right now. I might be financially more stable. Actually, not more, because I'm not so financially stable. So say I could be living with nature, but at the same time have my company still running in the city. So I think that would be the most ideal situation right now. I'll be able to afford my lifestyle much better. I don't have to stinge so much. And at the same time, I could still be managing my company. So I just feel like that would be the ideal situation. But again, everything happens for a reason, and that's not the case. Again, would I advise anybody to do it? I would advise you to listen to your intuition, make some calculated risks, have a plan, and don't be impulsive. Act rationally instead of emotionally, and always make sure you come from a place of love and consider the feelings and emotions of your loved ones. Say, in my case, my parents. I just want to make sure that I don't make them worry. I keep them updated. I keep them posted. You know, you always want to be considerate to the people who care and love you. And the final question before I end this video: quick break from today's episode because I have something special just for you. I am offering a special customized service on your next travel or visit to the Philippines. If you're looking to retire, travel, visit, or live in the Philippines, and you're serious about finding the perfect place to stay, click join now and be part of my membership. As soon as you sign up, YouTube will notify me and you'll get access to all exclusive content. Plus, you can directly reach out to me via DM on Instagram. You can also send me an email. Once you're a member, feel free to ask me anything and I would love to help you out. If you're navigating where to stay, what to do, how to get around, you'll get live updates and videos, which will give your trip to the Philippines as smooth and pleasant as possible. From booking your ideal accommodations to helping you navigate, you'll have complete exclusive access. I only accept 2 persons every month, so be one of the first ones to sign up this month. Again, you can reach out on Instagram or send me an email. The links are also all on the description box below. And let's begin your travel adventure to the Philippines. Does the future scare or excite me? Obviously, you know what I'm gonna say. Definitely the future hella excites me. I think it'll only scare me if I had any mental if I had any medical conditions. But I'm just so grateful right now that I'm healthy. So right now I'm good. It excites me because I'm in this new phase in my life, though technically I am reaching a decade already living this kind of lifestyle. So I always feel like life is just starting. I treat every day like a new day. I treat every day like a new opportunity to improve myself so that I can be better for other people. And I treat every day absolutely like a blessing that I can see, I can breathe. In yoga, there's this term called swara, I think it's swara. And swara is your awareness of your first morning breath. So it's waking up and just being really mindful that you've taken that first breath of life. And I do remember saying that when you were born, the first thing you took when you entered this world is a breath of fresh air, or your breath. And when you go, the last thing you'll be taking is that one final breath. I'm getting goosebumps. But it is true, and I think the more you realize how lucky you are that you can breathe and that you're so aware of your own heart beating, you know, it just happens all the time that we just don't even realize it anymore. We take it for granted. But when you are grateful for those things, the small things are the very big things, because without your heart, without your breath, without proper fresh air, you're really not having a very quality life. And so with that, I don't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to touch base and clarify anything. If you have any questions, do let me know. I do feel like I think I've already committed to myself that I will not be having any kids, just because I do have a spinal issue. I've got a cervical slip disc. Well, it's not been confirmed yet because I haven't had a CT scan for that, but it's manifesting through my elbows, and the doctors did say I did have some cervical stuff. However, my lower lumbar, I do actually have a slip disc, and that one is guaranteed because we already have had a CT scan. So I think I've already convinced, and I've already put in my mind that on this lifetime anyway, I will remain childless. I've decided to not have any kids. And with regards to marriage, I'm pretty happy on my own. It would be nice to be proposed to and to be married, but you know, it's not the end goal. So at the same time, I think I'm actually alright. I'm actually alright to remain single and one of those lucky ladies who never got married. Yeah, I'm actually quite happy. Again, whatever life throws at me, I do believe that the universe is guiding all of us to our own paths, and everybody will have a different timeline. So don't ever compare yourself to another person's timeline. That's what I'm doing. All my friends have kids and families and husbands, and I'm just very grateful that I found a best friend who is there to support me and keep me grounded. And You know, when you're not anymore relating to certain people, don't worry, because you'll always end up meeting a group of new people who are more aligned with your lifestyle. And with that said, I'm gonna end the video here. I am so stoked that I finally made this video. It's the most spontaneous video. I did know that I wanted to share my life with you in this aspect, because yeah, I'm not really following the typical lifestyle that somebody has. I think I was told that I was living a retirement kind of life. But yeah, this is like the most awkward place to be in. There's actually chairs there, but your girl is just sitting on the ground. So sending you so much tropical weather now. I love you so much. I appreciate your time with me. I definitely don't take any time we have together for granted. And I can't wait to see you on my next video. Sending you so much love, light, and positivity. Bye for now.